is the Glass Cannon Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Glass Cannon Network's Gen Con presentation. We have had a wonderful day here in the Glass Cannon booth. I am Erik Mona. I will be running a game for y'all today, and the game that we will be running is Everyday Heroes, specifically the Escape from New York module for Everyday Heroes. And in particular, we are going to be enjoying the sound sets from Syrinscape for the Escape from New York sound set. So I'm pretty sure the entire panel here of gamers, a big fan of John Carpenter and Escape from New York, and music and sound, such an important part of the movie, and we want to bring it into the realm of role-playing games as only Syrinscape can.
Yes.
And we are super, super stoked to be back with you. I'm going to introduce our crew in just a second, but before I do that, want to let everybody watching know about a couple of upcoming sessions that we've got here on the Glass Cannon channel on twitch.tv. This is tonight's final live show on the channel, but tomorrow morning we've got a couple of great games. We've got a Pendragon game coming up at 10:15 in the morning, followed by at 12:30 the very popular Alien RPG.
Yes.
So we're going from the wilds of New York City to the weird and wonderful world of Arthurian romance, to the face-hugging beauty of a derelict spaceship in the
a great
Alien
combo.
RPG.
Couldn't have one without the other. Really.
That is a trifecta for the ages.
It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
Speaking about gatherings of the ages, I am joined here today by an illustrious crew of role players and top-tier nerds, and I'd like to take a moment and let everyone on the panel introduce themselves. And I was going to start with Joe, but he's chewing, so let's start with Skid. Skid!
Hey, I'm Skid Maher. You've seen me 42 times today on 42 separate streams. Having a great day, loving the time here in the booth, and I am playing Escape from New York. Did you want anything else?
Yeah, I'd love to know the name of your character.
The name of my character is Gustan Alvarez. He is a mastermind.
All right. Every good group needs one. Rob, why don't you say hello?
Hi guys, I'm Rob Kerkovich. That's about where that ends. And
You reached the end of your whole name. That's awesome.
that's the first time. Wow,
Great.
we did it.
First time for everything.
You were so nervous during setup. You were like,
So nervous.
If I could get it
We
all
did
out
realize
of
that's the
wasn't
first time I've played live with Skid and Joe, and obviously you two guys as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've done some virtual stuff with the other two Jokers, and this is
You freaked him out
Now
by
I'm
pointing
sweating.
it out.
Yeah. Well, you remembered
Profusely.
your real name. What's your fake name for the
fake
game?
name for today is Kyle Hauk.
Oh my God, that's right. That's right. I forgot
That's
you
a
were
certain
doing
connection to a character in the movie.
Excellent. And on my left, we have Jared. Say hi, Jared.
What's up? I'm Jared Logan. You may have seen me on theglasscannon.com. And I'm here to promote
It's not the Glass Cannon.
It is
Go
now.
and log in right now to theglasscannon.com. Glasscannonnetwork.com. God damn it, Logan.
Write down
Part
that
of
URL.
Part of the Glass Cannon web ring.
There you can buy all of the herbal supplements that I've been creating. My character's name is I'm codename Echo, a tough scrapper, and my character's name is Freddy Get Back Gop. His last name is Get Back because he wants his space. He doesn't want people touching him.
Get back.
Freddy Get Back Gop.
Get back. Got.
GOP because he's from Thailand, which is something I found out seconds ago by looking at my character sheet.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Okay.
And Joe, why don't you say hello?
Hi, Eric. I want to thank you, Eric, for hosting this. This
Oh,
is
you're
awesome.
more than welcome.
Have we done this before?
No, I have never run a stream on camera ever before.
Really?
So yes, so this is an
Huge.
honor to be invited.
First for many of us.
Yeah.
It's also the first time I've ever played in person with Rob Kerkovich. It's always great to play with
Don't,
Jared.
you're making him nervous again.
And-
Stop.
Oh, no! And I played with Skid 42 times today.
Yes.
This is our
Yeah.
42nd stream. But no, this is great. I'm very excited. And I am going to be playing... Woo! Can't wait. Code
Your
name
character's
Alpha.
name is Woo!
My code name, yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Well, that's what you're going to say when you see his rounds of combat.
Oh.
I am playing codename Alpha, a pre-generated hero because this is new to me. But his real name is Littleton Biggs, and he is a former driver and pilot for the Air Force. He's a very small, compact dude. He's about 5'4", and very scrappy, short guy who is an excellent fighter pilot. And he.
Do we get to have fighter jets in this?
We'll see. If things emerge in play, you never know. But you're not going to start with a fighter jet.
Yeah,
Every time you go to Joe, he's going to be like, I run toward the airport.
Yeah.
I want to go to the danger zone.
Right.
I think I do know where to find a glider at least.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just awesome because I'm just getting familiar with this world. I will say I've never seen the movie until this week.
What?
So wait, is this the one that we talked about on Cannon Fodder? Like you were on a Cannon Fodder, and I believe you mentioned Escape from New York. Aren't you like a huge fan of Escape from New York?
I'm a big John Carpenter guy. Oh, maybe it was Big Trouble in Little China. Have you never seen
That's
that?
what it was. It was Big Trouble in Little China.
Damn it!
We're doing a stream
Same-
of that game tomorrow.
Same star, same director.
Yeah,
You're
I
in
think
the
that's why I
wheelhouse.
got
Have you
confused
seen
in my
that at
head.
least now?
No.
That's that mother.
You haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China?
You haven't seen Ghosts of Mars. I'm leaving.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I've never
seriously.
seen it until this week, and I
The
watched
Ward.
it Tuesday night. I watched Escape from New York, and so I'm excited that I'm seeing it's like World War III.
Oh, yeah.
He's an air pilot in World War III. I'm
All
like,
right,
I know,
Dad.
I get what that means now.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
You didn't know what World War III was before?
I did not.
Okay, good. Now we're all on the same page. All right, so everybody ready to begin? You know, Joe, I think what would be really helpful, do we have some John Carpenter-inspired mood music going yet
Well,
here?
not quite yet. I think, why don't you start? I usually
Okay.
let you start setting the scene, and then I'll
All
bring
right.
music that kind of fits. We'll see
That sounds great.
how this works. Yeah,
Okay.
huge thank you to Syrinscape and for making this set available to us for this. This is great.
All right. So we will begin. We start on a black screen, and white text slowly comes up on the black screen. A woman's voice is heard. She says, 1988. The crime rate in the United States rises 400%.
Oh my
The words are replaced by a stark digital display map of New York City, its shape cast in simple blue, green, and yellow lines.
Give it to me.
The once great city of New York becomes the one maximum security prison for the entire country. Words in yellow mark the island of Manhattan as Manhattan Island Prison. A sharp green line surrounds the borough next to the words, Containment Wall. A 50-foot containment wall is erected along the New Jersey shoreline, across the Harlem River, and down along the Brooklyn shoreline. It completely surrounds Manhattan Island. All bridges and waterways are mined. The United States Police Force, like an army, is encamped around the island. There are no guards inside the prison, only prisoners and the worlds that they have made. The rules are simple. Once you go in, you don't come out. The screen fades to black. White words appear in a familiar font as the synthesizers rise. John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the television series.
Nice.
Wow.
Episode 7.
Oh.
Give 'em hell, Harry. All right, Skid. You're playing Guston Alvarez.
Yes, Guston
Let's get a
Alvarez.
physical description of Guston Alvarez, please.
Guston Alvarez is lean, balding. He is originally from Peru, and he's seen some hard times. He saw some hard service for the crises in Latin America. After the Peruvian government collapsed, he sold his services as a mercenary to the highest bidder, finally making his way up to the United States, where he was arrested for check fraud.
An ignominious end for one of the great heroes of the Peruvian conflict.
Yeah, he was just like, damn it.
And how long have you been in the prison? It's 1997,
Yeah.
by the way. It's a couple of months before the movie Escape from New York. And how long would you say Gustav has been in prison?
I think he's just been there for like maybe 4 months.
Okay, 4 months in the hellhole of 1997 New York City is like 4 lifetimes. 4 consecutive life service.
He's seen some bad stuff like through his service and everything, like, and the world is not a pleasant place at this point. But yeah, this is out awfuls everything else that he's seen.
Absolutely. And so almost from moment number 1, Gustan's mind was trying to concoct the perfect escape plan to find his way off Manhattan and back to the realm of freedom.
Yeah, I picture him kind of like, you know, when Cassian Andor goes into jail, and it's just like he's just like, you just see him like observing everything, just like a rat in a cage, just always looking, analyzing everything, waiting for whatever his moment is. Like, that's what he's.
After 4 months of observing some of the worst atrocities that you've seen north of the equator, you finally hit upon a plan to get your ass out of New York City. What was that plan?
My plan to get out was to wait for Kurt Russell to rescue me.
One day, our savior.
One day.
Okay. After waiting for 4 months, Kurt Russell does not arrive.
I don't think he's coming.
And you determined to take matters into your own hands. So what is your second best plan for escape?
My second best plan for escape is that I want to try to map the mines in around like Battery Park City.
Okay.
And I want to be able to navigate a navigable path through the lines. And I'm going to use some mountain climbing experience that I have to find a dead spot in the wall to climb up to freedom.
Nice. So you're able, over the arduous effort, to find a spot. You're relatively sure that it is unobserved by any cameras. You're relatively sure that none of the local criminals are aware of this potential escape route, and you are absolutely certain that the way is clear. And so after much effort and harnessing a makeshift climbing kit from like an old shovel and like a stick, you manage to climb your way, one pull by pull. At first you hear sound, and you think that you are about to be discovered. But it's just some errant scream from blocks away. A comforting and familiar sound. Well, not comforting, but familiar sound. And finally,
it's like Christmas morning.
With great effort, and why don't you give me an athletics check, please?
Athletics?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Lost my place. Book here.
There you go.
All right.
Keep going.
You know, I'm gonna take Snake Plissken's.
Yeah, let's
stats.
not do that because I thought he was dead.
Nice.
That's true. I thought he was dead as well. Here we go. Pre-generated here. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
All right. Bravo.
You could also just roll a 20-sided die.
I'll just roll a
and lie.
20-sided die.
Yes.
I made it.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
And what was I rolling for?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your code
Or
name?
strength
Oh,
if you
Delta.
don't have it.
Strength. Just 13.
Okay.
13.
So you are able. It's hard, and the it's been a long time since you were at war, and you're not in the shape you once were. And you find that a climb that at one time would have been considered simple to you is taking every ounce of effort. And so with each rise of the shovel and the stick, you feel your strength weakening, and you feel like you must surely fall. And that's when you reach the top of the wall.
Oh.
You have been unobserved, as far as you know. On the other side of you lies the river, and on the other side of the river lies freedom. What do you do as your fingers are curling over the top of the 50-foot containment wall around Manhattan Prison?
He like pulls himself up onto his belly flat onto the top of the wall, and he just breathes that air that just like is coming from the freedom side, like the western side.
Now the river's heavily polluted, and that air is pretty frigging gross.
Yeah,
but
and it's
metaphorically, it smells like freedom.
Right. So he's just like, I finally, the glory of New Jersey, I finally can see it. My goal is so close. And he's gonna jump.
All right. You jump, and it's dark. It's pitch black on that other side. You know there's a river over there, so you're comfortable that things are going to go your way. And in fact, as you fall, in the seconds that you're falling, the wind is rushing past you, and your heart grows because you know that you are going to be free the minute you hit the water. And then your legs crash into the deck of a boat.
Oh, no.
And in great pain, you look up and you see 3 men in full black uniforms with a black helmet looking down at you. And they say, "Nice try, asshole." And one of them slams his butt of his gun right against your head. And you go dark.
Dead.
I thought I
Rob,
made it.
what does Kyle Hauk look like?
He's still got, he's kind of a burly guy. He's still not quite emaciated from his time on the prison. He's only been there for a few weeks.
Okay.
He's wearing what is clearly a USPF uniform.
Oh, wow.
Where he's ripped off the logo. And he's only been there for a couple weeks because he was part of, through nepotism, he's the, not through nepotism, through bloodlines. He's the nephew of Bob Hauk, which is Lee Van Cleve's
Lee Van
character.
Cleve.
Wow, the captain of Liberty Islands.
Yeah, and so he got me a position as one of the guards, and I was on a routine like helicopter flyover, and some sort of homemade harpoon was like fired from one of the buildings, and the helicopter took evasive action, and I fell out of it.
Wow. So in your mind, you're not a criminal at all.
No.
You're here by it's a
here by
mistake,
mistake.
man.
Yeah, but I also learned very
that's
quickly,
awesome.
and through the all the training programs and stuff, it's like if you get dropped, or if you end
you're
up
done.
over there, we're never coming to get
No.
you.
Once again, as Jamie Lee Curtis said in the opening narration, if you go in, you don't come out.
That was Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Uncredited.
that?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was me, but in the movie, it was
Well, no,
Jamie.
You
no.
sounded just like
Yeah,
us.
it
Thank
sounded
you.
like
Thank
you.
so much. Thank you
Now,
so much. So, all right, Kyle Hauk.
Yeah.
You know, this uniform that at one time was like a source of pride for you,
Yeah.
you realized from the moment you fell out of that helicopter that it was a target. And the people of New York City, the prisoners in New York City, particularly the enraged, nearly insane wanderers known as crazies, it's like a dog going after a fresh steak, seeing somebody in a USPF uniform.
Right.
And so you've managed to keep it, and you've managed to hold on. But there have been times where it's almost been torn from you.
Yeah, and that's why you can
as
see it
people
all
just
over
try
the
to-
uniform.
yeah.
You can see I've tried to etch out certain things I can't tear off, like all that stuff to try to mask it.
So you know from your experience as the nephew of Captain Hauk that they're not coming to get you. And if you're going to ever fight your way free of New York City's prison, it's up to you. So you've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
What is your escape plan?
My plan is to find a communications tower,
Okay.
because in my mind, if I can just get Uncle Bob on the phone.
Okay.
Lee Van Cleve is obviously a very mirthful man. And I feel like I can appeal to his sensibilities of family. And
Okay.
I will come to this area, pick me up. If we can communicate with each other, I've convinced myself that he will feel compelled to get what I'd like to think is his favorite nephew, but I can't go on record.
Make me a security check, which is going to be an intelligence check if you don't have security.
Okay. Oh, no. Not the smartest cop on the U.S. police force.
Runs in the family.
Yeah. I got a 13.
Okay, you remember that the...
Oh, I'm sorry, I got a 12. I have a -1.
You remember that the USPF does have a number of secret sort of communications antennae and things on the top of certain derelict buildings in the city. And after a lot of searching, you have finally found your way to the top of a building in let's say in Chelsea, and it's got an antenna array. And you are certain that if you climb up that antenna array and find a box that you can kind of hijack a little bit, you should be able to hijack a signal on the USPF channel. So the first challenge for you is that you got to climb that tower. So let's get an athletics check, please.
All right, now we're talking. Nat 20.
No, oh, wow.
You
Awesome.
scamper up the antenna. And sure enough, just as you had imagined, there is a little communications box. It should be a simple matter to just kind of tap into that and send out a message. I'm going to ask for a mechanics check for you to tinker with that. That, again, is an intelligence-based skill.
Wonderful. 17.
Okay. You tinker. You've got some small tools. You're connecting a couple of wires, and then you think, you hear,
We got some crazies on 32nd Street. I think we're just gonna get out of here. Sure, good thing. And then get back as fast as you can. Yeah, we need you back at headquarters.
and you think you might be able to break into the conversation.
Okay.
What do you do?
I start talking.
What do you say?
This is the smaller lieutenant. What's a low rank?
Smaller lieutenant.
Diminutive Lieutenant Kyle Hauk. I'm in Chelsea.
Second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant. Thank you. Second Lieutenant Kyle Hauk. I'm here on Chelsea at the communications array located therein. Where can I meet up with you?
Is there a strange voice on the channel? What is it? What's your name?
Second Lieutenant Kyle Hauk.
Kyle. What's your operating number, Kyle Hauk?
428379.
We'll check the.
Some things you never forget.
We'll check the registers. And there's a pause, and you don't hear from him for like a minute and a half, and it feels like 30 minutes. There's air, there's wind flowing past you. You're holding on. You're basically like 30 feet in the air on top of this like six-story building. And then, finally, a great relief comes to you, and you hear,
Second Lieutenant Hauk.
Yes.
This is Sergeant Tobias Hooper. As you know, agents of the USPF who fall in the line of duty into the prison are left to their own devices.
I'm one of you, man. Come get me. We're right near each other.
I feel for you, Second Lieutenant Hauk, but I can't just go and rescue every single agent who calls me up. We lose people in New York every day. What makes you so special?
I gave my life to the USPF, and my uncle is Bob Hauk. Don't make me invoke his name, which I just did.
there's a long pause.
Second Lieutenant Hauk, stand by for retrieval.
Good.
We are coming to your position by helicopter.
Thank you. Jesus.
And you climb.
Not asking for much.
We'll meet you on the rooftop of that building.
Okay, great.
Stay safe. The crazies are out. It's dangerous this month.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Cutting off communications now, Hauk.
Okay, over. Bye.
All right, so it doesn't take long. About 10 minutes later, a helicopter comes down.
Uh-huh.
And again, you know, the wind from the rotors is like blustering your torn up USPF uniform, but it feels like the glorious winds of freedom.
It's the winds of
coming
freedom
to you at
again.
last. Yes.
They're everywhere.
And well, they're certainly getting closer by the minute. And the helicopter lands on the roof, and the door of the helicopter opens, and you can see that there's two agents of the SPF, and they signal you to come.
Okay.
And you hear one of them. It's a different voice.
Yeah.
And they say, "Get in here fast! We can't stay long."
I'm coming. Thank God.
And you get in, and you're sort of wedged in the back seat. It's like a 3-person seat, and they sort of there's room in between them, and they let you sit in there. And then there's a couple pilots up front as well. And your heart lifts as the helicopter lifts from the roof, and it's heading east toward freedom.
Yeah.
And one of them turns right to you and says, "Congratulations, Hauk," and he puts his arm around your shoulders, kind of pulls you in a little bit, and stabs you in the side of the gut with a syringe.
Oh, wow.
And slowly your vision fades, and it all goes to darkness.
Shitty.
Freddie, get back up!
Yeah.
How's it going, buddy? What do you look like?
Ooh, he's a young man of Thai heritage. Grew up in the mean streets of Bangkok, learning street fighting. He's got an enormous, fluffy head of hair
Rad.
that is barely restrained by a bright red headband.
Oh my God.
And he's always shirtless.
Oh, good.
Wiry.
good.
Yeah.
What kind of physique though? He's wiry. Is he strong?
It's
Or is he
muscle,
just
but it's tight, buddy.
tight?
It's tight.
Excellent. All right. So you, remind me, what brought you to the prison?
Let me look. I was. It doesn't even tell me.
Yeah,
oh
you
wait,
get to make it up.
I was
Yeah,
a
it's up to
bank
you.
heist fixer. I was. My street fighting prowess caught the eye of a bank heist fixer who figured the ability to fight without weapons might come in handy. I was in a bank heist gone wrong, it sounds like.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
dear. And it did not go well indeed. And eventually you found yourself exiled to New York City.
Maybe it was the same bank where I bounced that check.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Second National, I think.
Yeah.
So you
Oh, yeah.
you failed robbing Second National Bank. You've been sent
Yeah,
into
people keep going
prison.
after that bank.
There's
Yeah.
something about it.
Yeah. How long have you been in prison?
I've been here for about 6 months. Not
Okay.
that long.
But long enough to develop a real hate for New York City.
Yeah.
And a real, there's not a word you use lightly, but a fear that, if you stay much longer, it could be the end.
I'm not afraid of nothing, man.
Even better. You tell yourself that all the time. But you nonetheless know, even if you're not afraid, you need to get out because you want to live.
Yes.
It may not be fear that motivates you, but it's a desire to continue to live.
Yes.
And you know from the 6 months that you spent in New York City that this is no place for living, and you have to get out. So you've had some time to think about it. What is your preferred escape method?
So me and some of the other guys from the heist, we met up inside of Manhattan Island here, and we came up with this plan. We were going to fire a big harpoon at a helicopter that belongs to the authorities here.
Yes, the United States Police Force.
The United States Police
USPF.
Force.
Hell.
And we actually managed to make the helicopter come down. But then my buddy who said he could fix the helicopter was full of crap, man.
Yeah.
So I sort of just shadowed one of the guys that escaped from the helicopter for like a couple weeks.
Okay.
And saw him go to Chelsea where there was a communications array.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, and
Okay.
I was just gonna kind of like try to get onto the helicopter with him somehow.
Okay,
Wow.
cool. So
What are the odds that these two people would be in the same?
It is absolutely
I'm still blown away by the
amazing.
bank connection.
I
So
know,
here's the
I
funny
know.
thing. Freddie, can you give me a perception check?
I can indeed, sir.
Come on, Freddie. Hey.
Let's see.
Perceive that shit.
I don't see that I have
We're
it
in
as
New
a
York,
skill.
hey.
That's a skill, right? So I'm just going to roll it unmodified from my wisdom.
Yes.
And I roll a 16.
Okay. You notice something a little bit strange. The person who's trying to escape from this rooftop is clearly a prisoner like you. And yet, the closer you look, the more it appears. Now, it's somewhat ragged, but it looks like maybe he salvaged a United States Police Force black uniform from a fallen guard, or maybe he possibly could even be a guard himself.
Right.
Yeah, and so he is. You see him climb down the antenna. You see him kind of linger for a time, and then a helicopter comes and
This is
alights
my-
on
this
the
is my
roof.
chance.
This is your big chance. In fact, you must hurry because whoever this strange guard is enters the helicopter almost right away.
I'm
What do you do?
sprinting. And
You
when I
run.
get there, I'm just going to kick their asses.
Okay. So make me another perception check, please, or
Okay.
wisdom check.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
You jump in.
Right.
To the
great.
helicopter.
You're
and,
free.
And the two guards who are in there for sure, who have rifles and things, they're like, "Whoa, whoa," like they did not expect you
Oh, no, they
to
didn't.
pop in. And then you find a seat right in between them. And then it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you turn around and you see this man dressed in it's the guy you've been following.
Yes.
But he's completely like dead to the world. He's not moving or anything. You are in a helicopter.
Hey, what did you
sitting
do to
on
this
what
guy,
looks like
man?
and you get the answer almost right away as there's a sharp pain in your right arm. And you look down and there's another guard there, one of the two guards, and he's got a syringe in your arm. And to your horror, as you look down, the stopper has already gone. You want to try and punch him?
I think I just kind of
Pretty much just grazed the side of his
grazed the
cheek,
side of his
like
face.
like you're saying goodnight to your baby son or something like
exactly.
that. And
Headband just drooping.
then you just
Yeah.
fall down, and all around is dark. Joe O'Brien, Littleton Biggs. Give us a little bit on Littleton Biggs. What's he look like?
I don't know. Littleton Biggs is he's a little guy, but big of stature. He's
got a big heart.
He's got a big heart.
He's got an enlarged heart.
He has a 9 strength, so I sort of represented that by him being a little bit smaller, wiry, thin, not very muscular. However, an 18 dex, a 16 con.
Wow.
So he's a tough dude.
Yeah.
Military background, but also a dirtbag. So he was busted in the military for smuggling alcohol. He was doing it for friends, for foes, didn't matter. Running alcohol to both the enemy and his allies. He got caught. He was dishonorably discharged and thrown into military prison.
Wow.
And he escaped from there. So how hard could this be? However, and this is such a weird coincidence.
You were also following the guy that got in the helicopter?
You were involved in a bank heist as well? Was it the second
getaway
national
driver
bank?
in a bank heist. It was
At
the
Fifth
same. I'm
National.
sure it was the same heist.
The same
was.
heist.
It was a different heist. It was the same day.
Same day, same bank.
So we got another
Same
heist.
bank. What the? So yeah,
ran into him on the
he
way
was
out.
the getaway driver. He is good at vehicles and piloting and that sort of stuff.
Excellent,
He was an
excellent.
Air Force pilot.
And how long would you say you've been in New York City prison?
He's been there at least 3 years.
Wow,
Whoa.
a long time.
Yeah.
So what was it that allowed you to kind of stay in it, at least for a time, survive in this?
He's got such a high
He got
con.
connected.
He survived by drinking sewer water.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a maniac, and he carved out a little place for himself and a few allies in the subway.
Okay.
So he carved out a place down there near West 4th Street, and he uses that area for building what he believes is going to be his method of escape.
So do you know what that method of escape is?
Yeah, it's a submarine.
Okay. So here's
Okay,
the
okay.
issue at hand. You are building this makeshift submarine. Give me
Yeah.
a couple of ingredients for the makeshift submarine.
Well, he's getting like random sheet metal where he can. He's looting old, torn up skyscrapers for all kinds of materials. And this is why he's been there for years, because he's been just like working on this patiently and staying basically underground, staying out of the sight of the authorities while this is happening. And only a few select people know that this is happening.
So one of the people who knows is a young man, a boy really, about a 17-year-old boy, and he's got spiky blonde hair and kind of a crew cut. And he wears an eye patch from some alligator attack in years past. And his name is Scuzzy. And,
Scuzzy.
and Scuzzy comes up to you one day and he goes, "Hey, Biggs, how's the project going?"
What is it? And he's like got the blowtorch going. He's got like the goggles on.
It's just, I thought you was gonna be done like a week and a half ago, and you're still working on it, man.
He shuts off the thing, lifts up the visor, turns around, sweaty, kind of soot on his face. Just like, 2 years we've been working on this. 2 years, and you're busting my balls about a day?
Well, it's just you said that it was gonna be done by now, and
It'll be done when I say it's done, or I'll take this blowtorch to your face.
No, yeah. There's no need to get violent, man. There's no need to get violent. I just do you think it would work now?
Why would we rush it? I don't know that it's going to seal yet. I think it's good, but I'm not 100% sure, so we got to try it. We got to test it.
Make me a perception check.
You make a perception check.
All right, okay.
I'm going to embody this character fully,
all right.
in and out of it. That is a 20. No. That is 21.
That's amazing. You hear, so you're in this sort of underground complex that does have a waterway associated with it, right? You're hoping to just drop the sub once it's ready to go, and it's close, but you do need that last day to really make it,
Yes.
final. And you hear something off in the distance, like several halls away in this little hideout. There's like 6 or 7 of your friends, like you said.
Yeah.
Not all of them know about your project,
Right.
but everyone kind of shares the same living space. And you hear like
he hears this clang
like
or
a
something?
clang, like a crash.
He puts down his equipment and he slips out of this door. It's a very small work area.
Yeah.
And he's basically building this little sub for like 3 people. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be really,
Yeah.
really tight, like a space capsule, right?
Okay.
Like it's like
Yeah.
there's no extra room.
Yeah.
And he throws a big like canvas thing over his thing, and he slips out the door and like, what's going on out here?
Make me a. I'm not exactly sure this is the right way to go, but I'm going to go for it. Make me a deception check.
Ooh, deception. He should be good at this because he is, after all, a scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
If he doesn't have it, it's just a charisma.
Okay. 2.
Okay, so yeah, you push out the hallway, and you can see going off in both directions. Is this like a subway station?
Yeah.
Or- okay, you're.
It's like it was formerly like a utility area where they housed garbage off the side of the West 4th Street station, which is a major station, but that's why it needed this offshoot, but it's not an actual track. It's like
Okay,
an off.
you come out into the hallway, and the immediate hallway, you don't see anything unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But right on your heels is your young friend Scuzzy. Maybe even you'd say your protege. And he goes, "Hey, Biggs, what's going on?"
This is so cool.
I don't know. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear nothing, Biggs. Maybe we should just get working back on the submarine.
What do you mean you didn't hear nothing? Everybody heard that. What's going on? Who are you working for?
I thought you was going to be gone by now, Biggs. I thought you was going to be gone.
What did you do?
It's just
Scuzzy!
I got an offer. You know, I not everybody is proud of what we're doing here, and you know how defiant the rest of them can be, and well.
And he just takes it like it grabs a handhold of his collar, and he's
Yeah.
taller than him. He grabs a
Yeah.
hand, and he just like takes him to the wall, the brick wall of the subway.
Goes,
He's just like, "What did
I'm sorry,
you
Biggs.
do?"
I'm sorry, but I had to let him know. I had to tell him, Biggs.
God damn it!
I didn't have any choice. I had to tell.
they're like coming now.
I had to tell the Duke.
Oh no.
You know, Biggs, there's nothing I could do. He's a number one.
Oh yeah.
Not the Duke. Scuzzy, what were you thinking? I'll kill both of us.
He was going to give me $10. $10.
Scuzzy!
I thought he was going to be gone, Biggs.
When is he coming? Now? Are
He's
they
here
coming now?
already. And you
He's-
hear, not the far
he's
distance,
here?
some gunshots.
Oh no.
His head snaps, looks down the hallway. This is amazing.
Yes. Yeah. This is so. I love. This really is like Joe is so excited about the Syrinscape set. It's like you're gonna think it's like from the movie, and it really.
It's
is
really
this is so
straight
great.
out of the movie.
It's really cool.
He's going to turn, look down the hallway. Man, Joe O'Brien is not good at problem solving like this. How about,
Yeah, but how's the little Biggs?
you
He
gotta
might be better.
just. You gotta trust Biggs.
I'm going to do a, son of a bitch. Could I try a sleight of hand to maybe try to hide this little, like, doorway? Like, real fast? Like,
sure,
some sort of
sure,
a,
yeah. Let's see, what would that be? Sleight of
could
hand,
just-
yeah, sure.
just to
Call it
like take a a piece of canvas or something and quickly like put it up there and over it
Yeah.
and like that's the color of the dirty wall. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
See if maybe they'll. That is a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you're able to obscure the submarine room for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sure no one's gonna find that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
You practiced this hundreds of times.
all right, I'm gonna have to tuck away out of this, you idiot. And
I'm sorry, I didn't know what to do.
he'll start walking up toward the gunfire.
Okay. You walk toward the gunfire, and much to your surprise, you can hear a lot more gunfire. And you can tell there's like dozens of people who have infiltrated the hideout. Going forward at this point, from your combat experience and everything, you are certain is going to be certain death.
And he just stops in his tracks. Eyes get wide, and I mean, 2 years of work start crumbling in his mind around him, and he just turns and starts running the other way down the hall.
Okay, so you...
In the little puddles of water on the ground.
You know, actually, do me a favor. Make me a mechanics check, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a +4 bonus on this check.
Oh,
29.
Okay.
Oh man.
Here's the thing. The submarine might not be ready,
Yeah.
but it might be ready.
What could go wrong?
So he starts darting back, rips the canvas down,
Yeah.
goes into the thing,
Yeah.
puts it on the rollers,
Yeah.
and he's just like starts wheeling it down the other way of the subway
there's
toward
nothing
the
wrong
entrance.
with his plan.
It goes-
I can't think of any recent examples where anything.
Nothing mildly topical.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Applies.
Normally, you have to a
Well,
test
there
for
was
this
that
sort of
Titan
thing.
sub
Weeks
thing
of
where all those
testing.
people died. Skip.
Oh right.
So,
Actually, I take it back.
So you,
Yeah, but those guys are
In
rich.
fact, there's like a little pool, entrance to a subterranean
Yes.
chamber filled with water, and you drop the submarine into the
Okay,
into the
yeah,
pool,
yeah.
and it is floating presently, right? You haven't hit the descend button,
Right.
But the gunfire is getting closer and closer,
amazing.
and Scuzzy kind of looks at you like real sheepish like and goes, "Don't suppose there's room for me on that submarine, is there, Biggs?"
What are you, out of your mind? And he just closes it.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck with your $10.
You push the button, and the submarine
Buy a ticket home.
descends into the submerged subway that you
20-degree down bubble.
You spent months charting out these tunnels.
Just talking to himself.
And
Not doing what you're telling it to do.
make me
He's like,
another
right, 23 degrees, right, 23, aye.
make me another quick perception check, Joe.
Natural one.
Okay, cool. So you are continuing to pilot this thing.
Yeah.
You think you've got a route out to the river.
Yeah, so I think the route would probably be out past like Staten Island, right?
Sure,
Like
yeah.
he would have to go out that way to get around
Yeah,
the wall
why
and
not?
everything.
Why
yeah.
not? Yeah. So you're heading out, and according to your sensors, you think you have finally emerged from these submerged things.
Amazing. He's obsessively looking for leaks, looking for pressure changes.
Oh,
like everything
dude,
looks
there's
like it's-
leaks for sure.
Oh,
now
shit,
that you
okay.
don't, now that you're thinking about it, and you didn't roll a 1, you could see there's like 4 leaks, and there's water like up to your ankles.
Oh,
man.
shit.
Yeah. So you better get out of this thing pretty soon.
All right,
what are
so
you
he's
gonna
going
do?
to gun it for the closest possible place to surface where there isn't a wall.
Close as possible. Cool. You can't really see.
Yeah.
You don't have like an iPad like hammered into the wall of your
Right.
thing.
Don't go too fast. Go
But
get the bed.
but yeah, you know.
No, he's got these like paper charts that he's been working off
Absolutely,
of, right? And there's
absolutely.
all these pencil lines drawn
Cool,
on them
cool,
and
cool.
angles, and it's a grid with like bluish like drawings of the coastline of Brooklyn.
And yeah, and it's dated. It's from like 1986.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
still like it's working. All of the turns that you make are safe, even though the water is now basically up to your waist. You finally, with a jarring crash onto what must be like the surface of the opposite shore
Okay.
of the river, and so you think it's probably safe to emerge.
Looks around.
Awesome. This is so great.
Are you kidding me that this music is playing? right
This
now?
is incredible. This is
And he-
incredible.
Pops the hatch. He's looking for helicopters. He's looking for
You do not
floodlights.
see helicopters, but what you do see are 6 men dressed in black fascist police uniforms with helmets, and they're holding assault rifles at you, and they get out of the sub, get out of the sub! They're shining lights on you with a flashlight,
Puts his 2 hands up. Ah!
and as you're closing your eyes and not looking away, one of them takes that heavy mag light and smashes you on the head with it, and everything goes black.
Wow.
All right.
I thought Biggs was the one.
I
did
really
too.
thought I'd get away.
Yeah,
thought he would do
I
it,
didn't
too.
see it coming.
All right. You all awaken from your unconsciousness or your tranquilization to find yourself in complete darkness, a hood over your head. You seem to be handcuffed with your arms behind the back of a metal chair. Cool air conditioning suggests that you are no longer on the island. I would like all of you to make a DC, well, I'll tell you the DC later, but make me a con save.
A con save.
Yeah.
Dude, 21. Wow. This guy's a beast. Littleton Biggs.
20. I'm sorry, 17.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
12.
Okay, so Littleton Biggs and Freddie Get Back Gop, as you're kind of trying to make sense of what's going on, your head, you can feel where you were hit.
Yeah.
And you can feel on your arm where there's where you were injected. But both of you also feel a strange, like sort of lingering sensation on either sides of your neck.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, no.
I'm so glad I saw this.
Yeah.
Because
this
I was
is-
going to be like, oh, I'll just go in as the noob and they can explain everything to me. But like,
No,
this
it's-
is awesome.
Well, you'd also
Yeah.
be endlessly ridiculed by
And
us.
just as you come to that, you don't exactly know what that is, but just as you realize that there's something that's
Yeah.
been done to you, all of the hoods are immediately pulled off. And you all find yourselves seated next to one another, facing in an office building, like a wharf type office building, and there is a simple metal desk in front of you, and there is 4 security guards with black helmets and black uniforms, each holding a billy club, standing right behind all of you. You can sort of sense it at first, but you're able enough to move to see that there is a guard positioned right behind each of you. And seated at the table or at the desk is a slightly chubby, brown-haired USPF officer with a thick mustache. And he looks up at you as the hoods are removed from your heads. And he says, you hear him say, "Well, good morning, sunshines. Welcome to the other side. My name is Sergeant Tobias Hooper, and it's my job to handle the rats trying to scuttle over the wall and away from their generous government-provided housing. Usually that means overseeing mining operations and harvesting the dismembered and the drowned. Today, it means dealing with you. Congratulations. It's the luckiest day of your lives."
Hooray!
He looks at you. His eyes sort of tighten. And he takes it very deliberately, like right in front of all of you. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a packet of cigarettes, something you have not seen in months. And just as deliberately, he puts one in his mouth and he lights the cigarette and he blows the smoke right at you all.
Oh, man.
And that smoke smells like freedom.
Yeah.
There's no real cigarettes left on Manhattan. Now, sure, people smoke stuff.
Yeah.
But they do not smoke
real
tobacco.
cigarettes.
This is like a real,
Just asbestos.
unfiltered, like Camel Light.
We're all competing for the second-hand smoke.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird
Get
to
your nose
say,
out of the way of my
but
nose.
it smells good. And he says, "I gotta hand it to all of you. You almost made it out of here. Planning like that takes smarts and guts. Two traits we're not used to seeing from common prisoner trash. Maybe you're not trash at all. Maybe you can be useful." And he looks at you, and he says, "Hey there, you look like a tough guy, a fighter. It says here you were a bank robber, is that right?"
Why don't you get out of my space, man? You're too close.
He's like seated on the other side of a desk, and he sort of looks a little confused, and he said, Freddie, get back. God,
That's right, man.
I got your whole file right here, mister. You thought you were going to get away by sneaking onto a helicopter?
Yeah, that didn't work, but the next thing I try will.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I don't give up.
Good. That's the kind of tenacity we're looking for. How about you? Submarine guy. That showed an awful lot of ingenuity to build a makeshift submarine. You're lucky you didn't drown.
Yeah, well, just needed a couple more weeks. Couple more weeks. You never would have seen me again.
And how about you guys? He kind of looks at you for a second, and then he looks over at Guston, and he says, "Almost made it over that wall, Guston."
Yes, and now I will never walk again.
Your legs hurt, but
Yeah,
you're
I'm-
pretty sure that you're going to be able to walk.
Okay.
It was only a 50-foot drop, onto the deck of
Oh,
the
yeah,
boat.
that's like
Yeah.
easily
You're-
walk away from
yeah,
that.
Yeah, you probably got a little bit of a limp.
Yeah, that for a day or two.
Yeah.
Yes, from where I am from, they call me La Crema because I am the cream of the crop. There is only one weakness to my mastermind abilities, and that is checking accounts. I just didn't know that you weren't supposed to write checks that you didn't have your name on the account. I wrote a few checks, and I thought like, oh, this is like I'll pay you later, like an IOU. I didn't understand. Now I know, and now I'm invincible.
He says, "Well, you're not
in
going to
that-
have to deal with any checking accounts
I
here,
thought it
but-
was like a note, like you give this back to me later, and I'll.
Wait,
And he
hold on a
looks,
second.
he looks down at his clipboard and the papers, and he looks back at you. And then he looks down at the papers, and he looks back at you, and he says, "Mastermind."
That is right. Every other area, I am unstoppable. I have an unstoppable intellect.
He goes, "Well, speaking of masterminds," and he turns to you, Kyle Hauk, and he says, "What makes you think you're so special?" And you realize this is the guy who was talking to you.
Hooper, goddammit, we talked to earlier. We talked on the communications array. You know who I am. Check my record.
Oh, I know who you are. You're foolish enough to fall into New York City prison out of a helicopter.
It was attacked by a harpoon. Whoever did that, if I find them, they're fucking dead.
It says here it was probably a crazy. Good luck with that. It says here that you've been in there for months.
Was it months? It felt like weeks.
Weeks, sorry.
Either way, it was too long.
It went super fast.
Yeah.
And yet your highly placed uncle didn't see fit to send out a rescue party. Why do you think that is, Mr. Hauk?
Well, I'd like to ask him if you wouldn't mind giving him a ring. Maybe I could get out of here and unshackle me. He goes to stand up out of the chair. Is he
A couple of hands
Yeah.
put on your shoulders and just shove you back.
Hands up. Can I see the? Do they have name tags?
No, the USPS don't wear names.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of names.
Yeah,
Yes.
they don't want to be identified. It goes with the black helmet.
Williamson?
Yeah.
Is that you, Williamson?
Smell
Hands
that
off me.
bubblegum breath.
And Hooper looks at you, takes a drag on his cigarette, blows the smoke right in your face, and goes, "I'll tell you what. You do a favor for me, and maybe I'll do a favor for you."
I don't know what else you could ask. I've been committed to the fascist state that we live in for years. I mean,
What else
have
do I
I
have
not
to
shown
do?
my...
Well,
I can't be more fascist.
I'm a collaborator through and through. I mean,
There's none more fascist.
it doesn't seem to be
can't
very
get any more
convincing to you. And he says, all right. I'm afraid we have a difficult situation on our hands. One of vital importance to the police force, and I'm afraid to say, to the country itself. The child of the famous defense industry magnate Magnus Sinclair, a 20-year-old college junior called Harry Truman Sinclair, somehow managed to sneak his way onto Manhattan just 1 week ago. Harry's a naive, innocent boy, softened by too much schooling, and it's believed he came to the city looking for the famous author Apollonia Strong, a leftist anti-establishment figure exiled to the city 3 years ago. Perhaps you remember her book. And he opens a drawer behind his desk, pulls out an old 1983 style drugstore paperback book, and it's got a picture of a fairly attractive young white woman with a big shock, almost like an afro hair, and she's wearing red tinted large glasses. And so it's like a picture of her, but then on the big cover in big letters it says "Upending the Man." And he just drops it on the table, and he says, maybe some of you remember this.
Oh, I've burned that book many times.
Good. Then you're quite familiar with it, and it'll serve you well.
Good.
I paid for it with a bad check.
It was popular some time ago until the government understood what kind of message Strong was sending, and they captured her and sent her into New York, and she's been there ever since. I imagine you don't do a lot of reading, but some of you maybe saw it. Did you read any of it before you burned it?
No, that was against the law, sir.
Good.
I read it 4 times.
Good, I was testing you, Hauk.
I read it cover to cover on when I trip up here.
What did you think of it?
It was all right. The prose was fine. The ideas were good.
The ideas were terrible. The
No.
ideas are
I mean, yes, sir.
anti-establishment.
I am also a fascist, and I agree with all of your things that you like.
I don't need all of my agents to agree with me, but I do need you all to listen and listen good.
What?
I said I need you to listen and listen good.
All right, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Strong's idealistic words have taken root with a certain soft, urban type, Harry Truman Sinclair among them. The boy is a fanatic, and his fanaticism is likely to get him killed. That doesn't work for Magnus Sinclair. It doesn't work for the United States Police Force. We believe Strong is holed up somewhere in Hell's Kitchen, in Midtown. Her people are too well informed and wary to fall for any of my undercover agents. That's where you come in. We'll bring you in by copter. You'll find Harry Truman, signal us, and we'll extract everyone. I've been sanctioned to offer you a full presidential pardon on your return. We'll set you up with a new life on the outside. And as long as you keep your mouth shut forever, we can all put this behind us.
Big sits up in his chair, perks up when he talks about the full presidential pardon.
Yeah. He
just
notices
like,
your...
Okay. All right.
They have like
Sure,
a
I can do
drawer
it.
full of pardons. They just hand out
Hell
to
yeah.
people when they come in.
And he says, all right, one last thing.
We'll find this kid for you, no problem.
I'm glad.
I mean, fast.
But you're not just finding it for me, you're finding it for him.
Sure.
And he turns
yeah.
around this like thing that you didn't realize was like a screen on his desk. And now that you can see it, he pushes a button, and the eagle seal of the USPF appears before fading away to reveal a middle-aged man with a shock of white hair and an expensive suit. Soft, patriotic music plays under his speech. Greetings, citizens. I thank you for your efforts on behalf of my family. Under normal circumstances, I doubt our paths would ever cross, but Providence and Divine Will carve their own path. Look after my boy. Like his namesake, he's tough as nails. He'll do the right thing when the hard decision must be made. But Apollonia Strong has made him soft. You might need to remind him what toughness is. Bring him back to me, whatever it takes. Just don't let him die.
Who the hell is that?
The Tobias Hooper looks at you and says, "Why, you fool, that's Magnus Sinclair." And as
Did you mention him earlier?
he pushes
I
the
wasn't
button,
listening.
he pushes the button, and you see the man's like frozen, paused, and he looks at you, and Tobias Hooper says, "I told you to listen to me and listen good."
Sorry, okay. Go ahead, play the
I
tape.
listen bad.
Magnus Sinclair is
You're
the
standing
head.
so close to me, I can't concentrate.
Magnus Sinclair is the head of Sinclair Armaments, one of the most important military manufacturers that aids our war effort.
All right, then I'd like to make another deal. We find this is his kid.
Yeah.
We find this kid. We save him. We want the full presidential pardon. And I want a fully outfitted fighter jet.
One
upon
for each
completion.
of us.
Yeah. One for each of us.
One for each of us.
All right. Make me a persuasion check, Joe.
And I want 4 nukes on each. On each plane.
Why don't you give me a roll?
4 tactical laser-guided nukes on each plane.
Why don't you
On
give me
each
a roll?
wing.
No. Screw that, man. I want a
on each
spaceship. I want a spaceship to take me to another
A
planet.
fully operable spaceship.
I know you got
capable
those
of
spaceships.
interstellar flight.
All right. Quiet down. Sinclair's not quite done yet. And he pushes a button again. And the man's image flickers back into action. And he says, "Bring him back to me. Whatever it takes. Just don't let him die. The war effort depends upon the focus of men like me, fighting the good fight against our common foe. And my focus depends on getting my boy back. For my family. For Sinclair Armaments. For America." And the music kind of does an uplifting sort of John Philip Sousa thing. And then the image of the USPF's eagle emblem appears again. And then it goes black. And Hooper nods to the men behind you. And they unlock your handcuffs. But they are obviously holding their billy clubs at the ready. You do not have any of your equipment or weapons or anything. And Hooper takes another drag on his cigarette, and he says, "Any questions?"
Yeah, this is. I don't even. Why do I need a part? I didn't do anything wrong.
Why do I need a pardon?
Like, so indignant. Like,
I work for you.
He's like sitting there patiently.
He
like,
says,
waiting.
Done anything wrong? What crime have I committed?
He says, "You made the crime of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, Hauk."
Hooper, if we get out of this, I'm gonna kill you.
He just kind of smiles, and he goes, "First things first, Hauk." Any other questions?
Several, but I guess have been rendered moot.
Could we take a shower? It's been several months before
He
we go.
says, "No, I'm afraid the copter is already fueling up, and we need to get you out there tonight."
Okay.
Maybe let my wife know that I'm. Forget it.
What did you guys do to my neck? It feels all jacked up.
Yeah, what is
Well,
happening
that's a
to our
great
necks?
question.
he feels all jacked up.
He goes,
Microscopically jacked.
he nods, and he says, "Oh yeah, that. I don't want you to be alarmed, but each of you have been injected with 2 state-of-the-art micro-explosives right next to the arteries in your neck. It's on a 24-hour timer. Each of you will be supplied with a firearm and a special communicator watch with a digital countdown telling you how much time you have left to complete your mission. There's also a single button on each of your custom wristwatches. Push the button when you get within audio range of Harry Truman or Apollonia Strong, preferably both. Each watch has a one-way broadcast that sends audio back to us so long as the button is held down. Once we make audio confirmation of contact, we'll signal you with a green flash on your watch. If the watch flashes yellow, the confirmation is inconclusive and we need you to get closer. If it's flashing red, well, you don't have to worry about it flashing red until your day is up. And by then it will be too late to matter. We'll take them out when we give you your pardon on the other side. You have 23 hours.
What happened to the
Oh,
24th hour?
you all been napping for the last hour or so.
Wait,
dear.
it would be
hardly
more
seems-
fair to start the clock once we get in the
Yeah,
helicopter.
that hardly
Yeah.
seems fair to start the clock
Well,
before you even
Seems
I'll
pretty
tell you what.
arbitrary.
I'll register a formal complaint for all of you, and perhaps
Do a persuasion roll for one more hour of life.
sure you can try.
Come on, man. It's ridiculous. What's persuasion off of?
Charisma.
Charisma. Oh no. Nope. That's a 2.
He just looks at you, takes a drag on his cigarette.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
You told me that before.
I mean it this time now.
Excellent.
The head explosion. Really.
And as I said before, first things first. Everybody understand what's at stake?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of time, so let's go. Let's go.
All right, they take you down a hallway where you're asked to march along a white line, and there are signs that say no talking, no smoking. And they march you out to a helipad right outside the headquarters, and you can tell that you're in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hoboken.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
right across the water. And he says your pilots will take you to the landing zone, drop you off. And remember, signal when you get within audio range of the targets. If you fail to signal before your day is up, then your time is up.
Is there a
they-
weapons table we can
Yes,
walk along?
they do. They bring you actually like each of you gets like a duffel bag that has the weapons that you had before you came here.
Great.
So
Cool.
you get your full equipment array is back, as far as you know, yeah. So you guys want to do anything before you board the helicopter?
No.
Okay, it's the same helicopter that the two of you commandeered or attempted
Oh,
to
wow.
commandeer earlier.
Man, a lot of coincidences.
It's not so much a coincidence that brought you straight here.
Well, yeah.
But there is room for all four of you in the back, and then there are two pilots in the front. And Hooper
Give me some
says,
space.
It's a helicopter.
It comes in very
Nowhere to
short
go.
supply.
Get off me, man.
All right, so you guys get in the helicopter, and they put headphones on you, and the helicopter starts lifting off from the ground, and one of the pilots says,
Welcome aboard. We got about a 7-minute flight. We'll get you taken care of just as soon as possible.
Make it 6 minutes, man. We don't have much time.
Yeah. We'll do what we can there, buddy.
and the helicopter lifts up, and it starts going across the river. And it flies east from Hoboken across the river to Midtown. And as you start descending down, like toward 11th Avenue, the pilot speaks up again, and he says,
Welcome back to New York City. I'll try and get us as close to Hell's Kitchen as I can, but no promises. The deeper you go, the deadlier it gets. It's the end of the month, so the crazies are running out of food. They may even be more dangerous than Strong's army. And it goes, you're getting closer and closer to the city. You can see on a little digital display on the helicopter the wireframe glowing sort of LED display of the city getting closer and closer. And in your hearts, you feel like you're moving almost backwards, back into the terror of New York City prison. And in particular for you, Hal, this is, you cannot believe
Just
what is
left
happening.
this
Yeah, it's like, what? Why are they sending me back here?
And
The pilot comes back again. He says, "All right, now when we're going to take you down on a building here, just be aware of any crazies out there. You don't want to encounter them." And as he's talking, a line of bullet holes just rips up this front of the glass of the helicopter, and both of the pilots jerk and herk and jerk as their bodies are riddled by machine gun fire. I would like all of you to make a perception check, please.
Okay. 22
Nice.
for Gustan.
That's a natural 1.
All right. You're so cramped. It's so
Cramped
uncomfortable.
in here, man.
Did you say perception?
I did.
Okay, that is an 18.
Okay, we got 18, a 21, and what is
Perception's intelligence.
It is wisdom, I believe.
That's 4.
Yeah. Okay.
It really didn't matter.
All right. So Guston and Littleton Biggs, you guys see through the chaos of these bullet holes appearing in the front window. You actually can see on the rooftop, very near where you are right now, some muzzle flashes, which is obviously the source of the machine gun fire. And just as you notice that, the helicopter just starts listing dangerously toward that roof, and it looks like it is heading for a crash. And if you don't do something soon, the entire helicopter is going to go down in a ball of flame.
He is going to jump up and try to start unbuckling the pilots to get them out of the pilots.
Nice. You're unbuckling. So you're up in the front. What are you going to do?
I'm looking if you can jump out of this thing onto a tree or a building.
You definitely think you could jump out. If you're lucky, you might even hit the roof of this building. It's probably safer than staying in the helicopter.
I'm jumping.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check, please.
That I have, right? There it is. Come on. Here we go. That is an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Freddy Get Back Gop summons all of his physical strength training and all of his fighting experience. He leaps out of the helicopter. You were stuck like in the middle, so you actually kind of claw your way past your companions. You jump out of the helicopter and you land like a Russian dancer on the roof of this building, and you are totally safe.
That's ridiculous.
Feels good to have some space.
Rob, what does Kyle do?
Is this rooftop where our attackers are as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a way to jump from the helicopter and land near them? To really get a jump on them?
You can just jump and you can land kind of anywhere. But if you want to try and jump even closer, it's just going to be a little bit of a difficulty.
Let's try it.
Okay.
And then right before he does, he's got his duffel bag, and he's like, Gabriel, I need you! And he unzips the duffel bag, and he pulls out this massive sledgehammer.
Oh, yes!
That's got like all kinds
Gabriel
of
the sledgehammer.
Yes.
Very good.
And is it an acrobatics as well?
Let's do acrobatics, sure.
Great. 19.
Okay, again, you land with precision right next to two unusual figures. Freddy Get Back Gop is about 15 feet behind you, and you see that he's landed safely. But in just the second that it took between when he jumped out and when you jumped out, the helicopter moved so much you are able to land really close to two figures, and they are very disturbing. One of them is a big, tall dude. He's bald, and he has a red palm print on his face, like maybe blood or paint or something like that. He has sharpened teeth, and he's wearing a jean vest.
It's D. Snyder.
No shirt, and he's wearing like Speedo swimming trunks.
Yes.
And he's got like big, tall combat boots, and he is holding a two-handed assault rifle. And there's smoke coming out of the barrel, and you can tell that's the weapon that was just fired and killed, presumably, the helicopter pilots. Right next to him is a tall woman. She has red hair like spikes on a mace, and she wields a long chain. And as you land next to her, she goes, "Hey, Mungo, looks like we got company." All right. What does Guston do?
So I have a background as a gamer, and I have a gaming console with me. So I am going to use
a ColecoVision?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So I'm going to use all of my hours and hours spent playing my very favorite game, Microsoft's Helicopter Flight Simulator.
Oh, very good. Okay.
To aid Littleton Biggs.
Okay.
With his attempts to steady this
All right, so we're
chopper.
back for a second momentarily in the front of the helicopter. You've unbuckled this guy, and because the main pilot and because the helicopter's listing so dangerously, he just falls out the open door, and just you see him. You see his body just hit like the side of the building and just crumple down like a fire escape. Just ping, pang, pong. But you don't want to spend too much time on that because this fucking thing is crashing.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is make a vehicles
Yes.
check.
All right, so he will slip into that seat, and I'll make a vehicles check. While I do that, I'm going to show everybody what I'm looking at here at the grid, the Syrinscape like lineup. It's amazing. There's helicopters and guns and shooting through glass and like all this stuff. If 25.
All right, dude. You
Vehicles.
you pilot this thing. You immediately turn it the right direction, and it lands on the roof. Now, it's fucked up. The back of it like snaps off. A couple of the rotors go flying, but you have landed this thing safely. You didn't even really need the help of Guston. You know, you're like, oh no, you know,
Press the A button. The A button.
and you do it, and so you land. Now, here's what I'd like to do. Everybody roll initiative. Oh boy,
Okay.
I got a 20.
Ooh, that's good. How do you roll initiative? Like, you just add your dex?
Yeah.
Or is there another
Proficiency? Do we add proficiency? No.
Yeah, add your dexterity. Let's just do that.
Okay.
16 is what I ended up at.
Okay.
I ended up at 18.
I got 17.
I got 8.
Okay, so 8 is Guston. 16 was
Freddy.
Freddy. 17 was...
I don't think there is a 17. I'm at 18.
Oh, I was 17.
Oh, I'm
okay,
sorry.
Okay,
Yes, you're right.
so Kyle, and then 18 was Littleton Biggs?
Yeah, Biggs, yeah.
All right. Okay, so they go first, and Mungo, the big sharpened tooth guy, takes his assault rifle and he aims at who was closest? That was
me.
you,
I landed
Kyle.
right.
He's going to try to shoot you with an assault rifle, and what he's going to do is he's going to use a burst attack. And what that does with this weapon is he could do an extra die of damage if he hits you, but he does it at disadvantage. Okay. So I'm going to roll twice and take the worst of the two. Okay. All right. So he gets a. Where are we? Okay. He hits a defense value of 17. What is your
Okay.
defense?
Oh, 16.
Okay. So he hits you. Now this has a penetration value of 3. Do you have armor?
I don't. Let's see. Gear, clothing, cut off jeans.
Okay, so you are hit right in the chest with this machine gun, and it does 14 points of damage to you. Next up is the woman. She swings the chain in a wide arc, and it's gonna be able to reach you. You're just within reach of this chain, and she does she's too close.
She's too close, man. Get out of here.
Back off, lady.
So she swings, but you're able to duck out of the way. No
Okay,
problem. Okay, up next.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem.
Up next is you're like bleeding. Up next is Littleton Biggs. What do you do, Littleton?
Littleton Biggs just draws out an M9 Beretta.
Okay.
I think that's what he's got. 9mm. Yes, a Beretta M9, and he just like pulls it out and is going to shoot at the guy who had who's firing the automatic weapon.
Make an attack roll, please.
So he will. All right, that is a 20 to hit.
Oh, not a natural 20, but it's just a 20.
Just a
Okay,
dirty
so yep,
20.
you hit. You're going to do damage. How much damage do you do?
I am going to do damage. So I didn't. Is there an ally within 5 feet?
Yeah.
Of the target.
Oh, of the target. Yeah.
I'm right there.
The woman is right next to, or an ally of you, or an ally of the bad guy.
An ally of mine close to the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's Kyle.
Okay, so basically because he's kind of focused on Kyle, I get extra damage. It's
Okay,
kind of
cool.
like a sneak attack sort
You're
of thing.
scoundrel?
Like engage with me or whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that is an extra D6 of Damaggio. Oh, I rolled well too. That is 15 total points of
Okay,
damage with a
nice.
bullet.
You hit him like right in the shoulder, and he that's a very solid hit. He looks very wounded. Ah! Yeah! And he screams, and again you see just his sharpened teeth, and you don't think this guy. It's been a long time since this guy spoke in complete sentences. Okay, Kyle, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna swing Gabriel at this guy, and I'm gonna try to do a power attack.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Sweet.
we're all level 1, right? I'm not doing a power attack.
No, we're level.
I think you're higher than that.
Level 5.
Yeah,
Five,
level 5.
level
Oh,
5.
that changes everything. I'm going to do whatever. I'm still going to do this power attack. So it's -5 to hit, plus 10 damage if I hit.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm going to swing this thing at him. 7.
Okay. You swing, and the guy just ducks out of the way.
Ah!
And he looks at you and he goes, ha, 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 and he sticks his tongue out between his
So
sharpened teeth.
annoying.
All right, up next is Freddy.
All right, Freddy has a fireman's axe.
Oh, God.
And he like spins it a little bit as he pulls it from off of his back, and he comes toward the one with the chain, and he's like, "Get back, bitch!" And then he swings it at her. Here he goes. He does well. He rolls a 17, and his attack is
That hits for sure.
Yeah,
that
for
hits.
sure.
Yeah, plus 5. So that's 22.
Okay, you hit. How much damage do you do?
I do this much. Oh, that's not that much. 5 damage.
Okay. Ah! She screams out. She seems like she's got her stuff together quite a lot more, and she goes, "This one hurt me, Mungo. This one hurt me." Now it is Gustan's turn.
So Gustan, he produces his Glock 26 9mm pistol, and he's going to start shouting at Mungo. And he's going to say like, "Hey, you want to mess with someone your own size? Come get me. Twisted Sister suck D. Snyder." And I'm going to fire.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yes!
Natural 20.
All right, give me double damage.
Okay. That's 10 points of damage.
Okay, and so what was the weapon you were using?
Glock.
Okay,
So,
so
two armor penetration, I think.
Great. So he's not wearing armor. You shoot him like in the other shoulder, and he's all, "Ah!" And he actually drops his assault rifle.
Awesome.
And
And
now
he is like, "Come get me, come get me."
it's his turn,
Okay.
and he ignores his rifle and just starts running toward you, and he goes, "I'll get you!"
Okay.
And he's going to try to...
Well, can I do that? Can I spend a genius point now? Can I enact
Sure.
a plan?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to, as my mastermind thing, I'm going to enact a plan to the I lured you into danger plan.
Awesome.
When an enemy moves closer to me within 30 feet, they stumble over a cleaning cart, trip over a mop, blah, 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 whatever, step on a rake. The enemy must make a dexterity saving throw or take damage.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so at 5th level, 5d6 damage you take.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
man.
All right.
All right. Oh, 22 points of damage.
All right. Who would leave a rake on the top of a building? But nonetheless, it seems to have happened. And he trips over like just the back of the rake, falls down flat on his face. And you are shocked as he immediately stands right back up again. And he's like, he looks like he's hulking out. But the problem is the rake is still stuck in his forehead. And so he takes like a step forward, and then he takes another step forward, and he just falls flat on his face. And he is dead.
I love it when a plan
The
comes
woman
together.
goes, "Mungo, no!" And then she's going to try to whip her chain at Freddy again, and she misses again. It is Littleton Biggs. It's your turn.
Just shifts the gun over to the woman and is going to fire. Whatever. He's just going to fire. Natural 1.
Oh, no. So, yeah, you
Biggs.
absolutely miss, and it's just a bad miss. Kyle, it's your turn.
All right, he's gonna swing his sledgehammer at her. Normally,
Okay.
not be a power attack.
Okay.
And natural 1.
Oh my
no.
God.
Here's-
Miss again.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
He's got 5th level advanced combat training.
Okay.
Once during your turn, when you take the attack action, you can make 2 attacks.
All right, let's do it.
Action. I'm gonna try
Oh,
again.
and I think as a reaction, I can do something too. But
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 18.
That's a hit.
Okay, and then Gabriel is a 1d12 plus 4.
Oh, my goodness gracious me.
8.
Nice.
Oh, God, it hurts. You don't need to be so mean, mister. Freddy, it's your turn.
Freddy moves in with his axe again and tries to axe her a question
Yeah.
about blood. That is a 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
Very good. Let's roll better on our damage this time. That is the best I could do. 10 damage.
Oh no, she goes down. She falls
Yes.
down. Ah! She's whimpering. She's not dead, but she is out for the count. I
told her to get back.
In fact, you like cut deep into her shoulder, and she's
Yeah.
just, oh no, oh no. The fight is effectively over. What do you guys do?
Why did you attack us?
We was hungry, and we hate the USPF. Maybe we could. We hear that Strong's got a bounty on Hex.
Take us to the lady. What's the name of the lady we're going to?
Take us to the 2 people we're looking for.
Yeah,
now.
It's
I forget their name.
Apollonia Strong is her name.
Yes.
Okay.
She goes, the problem is I don't know exactly where she is. I know she's in Hell's Kitchen somewhere, but I don't know exactly where.
What about the kid? You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. You're going to have to ask Nathan. Nathan knows everybody.
Who's Nathan?
He's real famous around these parts. You can find him on 9th Avenue, along Restaurant Row.
Yeah, well, he's not famous downtown.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Nathan, that's a Coney Island thing. That's not
You're
Manhattan.
going to have to talk to Nathan.
That's a Coney Island thing. That's amazing.
And then she dies.
Oh, no.
I mean, she
And
was
he's just,
attacked
like,
by
shaking
I
the corpse.
shake her a little bit.
Yeah, we're still like asking.
dead.
Come on,
Dead.
we're
You guys
wasting,
figure
like, hours off
you're
of
at
our
about
time.
38th and 11th right now.
All right.
All right, so we have to get to
9th Avenue, Restaurant Row.
9th Avenue,
Restaurant
so just
Row.
a few blocks. So we run up there, and in the middle of 9th Avenue, we just go, Nathan!
All right, cool.
I reach
So-
into the duffel bag and find the light ballistic vest.
All right,
I didn't
you-
realize I had.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I put
go
that
ahead.
in.
Yeah.
Good, very smart.
I already put that on.
You make your way toward 9th Avenue, a maze of overturned cars, flaming debris, and other urban squalor. Now and again, strange figures run at top speed right on the edge of your sight, unnerving but not truly dangerous. Eventually, you reach a section of road near 38th and 9th, and the facades of long, dormant restaurants flank each side of the street. Almost no one seems to be around, save for some activity about a block and a half away, where a small crowd surrounds what appears to be a battered metal street cart, topped with a heavily stained green and yellow umbrella. The air carries a smell of rancid cooking meat, both delicious and repulsive at the same time.
It is Nathan's hot dogs.
What do you guys do?
You need to ask Nathan about the lady, the
do.
other guy.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know where to go. It's kind of good.
We got 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
gotta
okay.
get
So you
toward
guys want to
Nathan.
head toward the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. You see the proprietor of the cart is a portly old gentleman with curly white hair, wearing a stained green apron and yellow fast food hat that looks like to be a relic from a bygone era way before New York's collapse. He has rosy cheeks and smiles at you as you approach. The other 3 figures surrounding the cart are not so inviting. One is a man in a trench coat, and he has a mohawk, and he's holding 2 knives in his hands. Another is a 7-foot-tall, rail-thin bumpkin who looks like he was imported directly from some mid-country farm, complete with overalls and a pitchfork. And then there's an older black gentleman with long white beard and a bald head wearing what appears to be an old-timey mail carrier jacket, and he's also wearing aviator sunglasses. They look as if they're standing in line.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess
Let's get in line.
let's get in line.
Hey, what's going on here? What's this? What's going on with this cart?
The man,
By the way,
proprietor,
stop and listen.
awesome.
There's trash can fires.
Is that
Sweet.
the crackle
Oh,
of
that's
Sweet.
so cool.
The man
Gotta have trash
looks
can
up at
fires.
you
Yeah.
and he says, hello there. My name's Nathan. Come on, let me talk to you.
Nathan,
Don't be a stranger.
you know you're famous around these parts.
Yeah, I'm one of the most famous dog men in the town.
I'm gonna pull out my Beretta and point it at him.
What?
Hey, whoa, buddy.
Where's
I
the
pushed you
kid?
down.
Where's the kid?
The other 3 just like, when you pull out the gun, they just scatter. They run away. And Nathan says, you don't need to get violent. What kid? What are you talking about, man?
Where are you keeping the kid?
I don't got a kid.
What
I don't-
about Apollonia? Where's she?
Oh, you're looking for Apollonia Strong.
That's right.
I do know where she is.
The author.
Yeah. Have you read her book? It's real good.
I heard it has got some good
It talks
ideas.
about the inequities in the system.
It smells good when you burn it.
I don't read.
All right. I'll tell you where Apollonia Strong is. Sure. But I need you to do something for me. I got a new menu here.
and no one will give me an honest opinion of what my menu tastes like. So if you guys would be willing to do a little taste test, give me your honest response. I might use that in my market.
Biggs should do it.
Biggs, he likes meat.
Yeah.
Hey, I got all kinds of different dogs. I need to hear from all of you.
All right.
All Biggs can think about are the explosives in his neck
I bet.
and how time is ticking down.
I mean, you figure you got about. He says, "All right. Each you can pick. You can each pick. You can doubles up if you want. That's fine.
Give it to me.
All right, I got 4 varieties. Are you ready? All right. The first variety is the original dog.
Okay.
It's dog.
I don't want to eat a dog.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's not just one dog. It's a whole pack of them. Mixed up.
A sausage.
together.
It's a dog
A
sausage.
value pack, if
Got
you
it.
will.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We also have underfish. These are delicious bottom suckers straight from New York sewers. None of them three-eyed fish from the river. These are mostly clean fish from the sewer, the underfish. And then we got rodent. The rodent. This one's not a sausage per se, but it's a whole deboned rodent, mostly shaved. Sometimes it's a rat, sometimes it's a squirrel. If you're real lucky, it might be a chipmunk. Very tasty. And then the last one, I call this one the orphan. To be honest, I don't know what this is. We get it by the sack from some ogre in the meatpacking district who calls himself Cleaver Dan. I'm fairly certain it's not an actual orphan, but I did once find a wedding ring in the slurry. Came in a bit gamey, but I've been tinkering with the spices, and I think most people now can keep it down. So
I really hope that your prep for this whole thing started with this.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
like
much.
you
Yeah.
started with the meats.
Yeah. Everybody make a choice.
I'll try the fish.
All right, you grab
that underfish.
you get the underfish. I need you eat it. It's fucking disgusting. I need you to make a con save.
Con save is a 19.
Nice.
All right, you can hold it down. Your stomach is rumbling and bothering you almost as much as the neck, but you get it down. How about you, Jared? What is
Give me
Freddy?
the orphan.
All right, you take the orphan. It bothers you, but it tastes delicious.
Oh, no.
I need you to make
Oh,
a
no.
wisdom
That's
save.
almost
Oh
That
no,
is worse.
not my best save.
The long pig.
In fact, it is an unmodified. That's a 4.
Okay, you, for the rest of this adventure, for the next 3 minutes, you suffer disadvantage on all mental checks because you're so disturbed by how delicious you found this mystery
That's
meat.
okay. That's how I was
All right,
playing him anyway.
Kyle, what do you got? What do you got, buddy?
Give me the rat.
All right, the rat. So it's a rodent. So he brings out this like bubbling container, a cylinder with all these tails coming out, and he goes, "Pick one."
Real presentation to this.
Thank you.
It's like a bloomin' onion.
You can pick. Pick one. Roll
I'll
a.
pick the
Roll,
one
you
that's
gotta
the
pick it
straightest-
randomly.
I took the
Roll a
straightest tail.
D10. Roll a D10.
A 5.
All right, you get. It's a rat,
Okay, I'll
and
eat
he just
this rat.
he just puts that right in the bun and gives it to
Okay.
you.
Those buns.
Okay, you eat that. Oh yeah, there's buns, and I need you to make me a con save.
19.
Okay, you hold it down, no problem at all. Last we have Guston Alvarez.
By process of elimination, you forced me to eat a dog.
You are a mastermind.
right.
You really are a
You get
mastermind.
that dog. You eat that dog, and it actually kind of tastes okay, but you realize there's like a hair between two of your teeth as you eat it. I need you to make me a con save, please.
That is a 13.
Okay, you it tastes fine, but after you eat it, you notice your vision starts to cloud a
Oh,
little
no.
bit, and you're going to suffer a -6 to all sight-based perception checks and targeting rolls due to the oncoming blindness of eating the rat.
Oh my god.
And then Nathan turns to you and he says, "Please be honest. What do you guys think?"
It was so succulent.
Ah, so succulent. Nice. Thank you.
What was it?
How do you spell succulent?
I don't know.
Neither do I. We'll do our best.
You can't read.
How about you guys? What do you think?
I
You made me
held,
blind, old man.
Make me blind. Okay. How about you?
I mean, I held it down. It's protein.
Okay. I held it. Can I quote you?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your honesty, guys. Apollonia Strong is in the Port Authority. That's her headquarters.
Oh, okay.
But you cannot get in the front door. It's heavily guarded. I'll give you a bag of dogs, and you can slide into the side entrance on 40th Street.
Okay, so we do that, get her, and go home.
All right. So you do that, and you get to the door, and there's a guard, and he's there. But surprisingly enough, right inside the door is
what appears to be Apollonia Strong and Harry Truman Sinclair. They're talking to each other. You are right there. We got a couple of seconds left. What do you want to do?
I hit I remember this.
Yeah,
I
the
hit
watch.
the
Hit the button.
watch.
Okay, you hit the button, and as you do that, it blinks yellow. Beep, 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 beep.
We
You're
gotta
about
get closer.
15
We gotta
feet
get
away.
closer.
Yeah.
You gotta get closer. It's the only way
Apollonia
this is gonna.
Strong is
It's the
saying,
only way it's gonna work.
We got to throw down the system.
It's got to be you. It's got to be you.
I can't, man.
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, a newcomer," and she reaches out her hand. She says, "Welcome."
You gotta touch her.
You reach out and touch her. Make me a perception check.
Okay. 2.
Okay, you don't notice this, but the rest of you standing like 15 feet away realize as he's shaking your hand, his watch starts blinking red. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm afraid to tell you, Freddy Get Back Gop, he explodes in a ball of fire, taking Apollonia Strong with him.
He knew it. Oh my God. He was a bomb and didn't know it.
And
he knew
all
it.
of your watches are now flashing green, and there is a wounded boy on the ground next to you. Beep, 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 beep. What do you do?
Oh my God. We grab the kid.
You grab him and you make your way to the roof.
Make our way to the
As
roof.
a helicopter descends from the sky.
So she's dead. Like
She is
Yeah,
dead.
it was a suicide
Yeah,
mission
yeah.
that he didn't know was a suicide
Indeed,
mission.
and you have rescued Harry Truman Sinclair.
Yes.
Congratulations!
Awesome.
Full presidential pardons
Finally,
for
I
three
got
of you.
pardoned.
Even for you.
Yes, thankfully.
And that, sadly, is the end of our session
Wait,
of
and
Escape.
jets. We get nuclear weapons.
And yes, and
we
your
got
jets.
our nukes.
That is the end of the
Tactical
session
nukes,
for Escape from
fighter
New York.
jets.
That has been Syrinscape's Escape from New York
Yes,
soundsets.
thank you, Syrinscape. It's amazing. We showed you some of what the layout looks like,
So
and
cool.
there's so much more to do with it than I could because I was so focused on the game. But it is really incredible how much stuff you could do, and I really do want to shout it out real quick because I honestly am fascinated.
I got
by
goosebumps
it.
like 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, there's
just
there's underwater stuff. There's different engine noises. There's alarms. I missed rats. There were rats. I could have made rat
sweet.
sounds. And I mean, all kinds of really fun stuff. Cabby drives by. Just great stuff from the environment of the movie. So anyway, great job by the folks at Syrinscape as always. And we love working with them. And thanks for being partners for the booth.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. That has
was
been
great, Eric. Thank you so much.
Everyday Heroes, Escape from New York. I have been Erik Mona. Thank you for watching The Glass Cannon. Come back here tomorrow morning at 10:15 for Pendragon, followed by the Alien RPG at 12:30.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joe, for The Glass Cannon, inviting me to run this game. It's
Dude,
been
you were
a
great.
real joy.
That was
I really
awesome.
appreciate
My
it.
favorite part was when you were like, "Hey, Mari, looks like we got company," or whatever. Mongo.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate your time out there watching, and we'll see you next time here on the Glass Cannon Network.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.